Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and today we are reviewing the new Foo Fighters album, Medicine at Midnight. I'm not going to lie, after the past two Foo Fighters albums, Sonic Highways and Concrete and Gold, I was not excited about this album at all. Don't get me wrong, I love Foo Fighters and I love all their albums up until Sonic Highways, even One by One, which somehow critics absolutely destroyed and the band themselves hate. But the past two albums the Foo Fighters released, it seemed so safe and so boring that I was beginning to wonder if the spark that the Foo Fighters once had finally run out. But holy shit, I was wrong. This album is good. In fact, it is really good. It takes all the things that make Foo Fighters such a great band, with big sing-along choruses, fast rock and roll songs, great guitar riffs, Dave Grohl screaming his heart out, and combines them into a great, although very short, album. The first new music we heard from the Foo Fighters was in November when they released the single Shame Shame, and let me say this straight up, this is the worst song on the album and a horrible, horrible lead single. In fact, this is another reason why I was not excited about this album. It is a predictable, boring, paint-by-the-numbers Foo Fighters song. It's very mellow, the chorus has a kinda good melody, but the song just goes nowhere. It's so predictable. They could have chose any other song off the album and it would make a better lead single than Shame Shame. But thankfully, after getting that song out the way, it is all uphill from here. Medicine at Midnight kicks off with the track Making a Fire, and what an album opener. On this song, right off the bat, it sounds like the Foo Fighters have a new sense of energy and something to prove that was severely lacking on the previous two albums. With female singers and backing vocals, this song is right up there as one of my favourite album openers by the band. It is insanely catchy, and Dave Grohl has never sounded as good on vocals. Don't get me wrong, Dave Grohl is one of my favourite vocalists, but on this album, and this song especially, he takes his vocals up another level somehow. And then we have Cloud Spotter, up there as my favourite song on the album and one of the best songs in their entire discography. It starts off with this cool little guitar riff and some mellow vocals, and you think it is going down the same route as Shame Shame, but out of nowhere this huge chorus kicks in and the relief is real. This is a great guitar song, especially towards the end when they create a very fast-paced riff on top of Taylor Hawkins pounding drums and Dave Grohl screaming his heart out, and it ends with the same guitar riff on top of these cool guitar notes, and it builds up the intensity which leads to a thundering stop. It's something I wish Foo Fighters would do more of, as they've got three amazing guitar players in Pat, Chris and Dave, and one of the most underrated bassists in rock in Nate. Next up, we have Waiting on a War, and if Cloud Spotter is my favourite song on the album, this track is a very, very close second. For most of the song, it is an insanely beautiful acoustic track with a simple but soaring chorus with Dave Grohl repeating the words, Waiting on a War. It sounds like the perfect song to put on your car if you're going on a road trip, as it's very chilled out but simple and easy to sing along to, but then a minute from the end, that all changes. With each passing seconds, the tempo gets faster and faster, and the acoustic guitar is replaced with an electric, playing these fast, pan-muted chords, and the drums joins them in, which builds to this absolute epic ending. It is perfect, an absolute perfect song. And a special mention must also go to the second song the band released for the album, No Son of Mine. Why did they not release this song first instead of Shame Shame? It is so much better in every single way, and it's the type of song that made people, including me, fall in love with the Foo Fighters. Opening with a sort of metal-like riff, with just Dave singing, and then Taylor's kick drum joins in, and you suspect this song is going to kick off at any moment. And then they tease you, playing that way for another verse, before it all comes together with such a catchy chorus that will be a live favourite for years to come, whenever that may be. The song also contains a short but excellent guitar solo that I wish Foo Fighters would do more of, but I suppose it makes it all the more worthwhile when it does happen. Medicine at Midnight ends with the track Love Dies Young, and just like No Son of Mine, it starts off with this sort of march-like guitar rhythm with just Dave singing before the drums kicks in, and then either Pat or Chris playing this 80s style guitar melody over the top of it all. The rest of the song plays out in typical Foo Fighters fashion, with a chorus you'll be screaming at the top of your lungs for years to come, wishing it will never end. It's the perfect way to end an album. Medicine at Midnight is everything you want a Foo Fighters album to be. It's catchy, it's upbeat, it's got fast rock and roll songs with some melodic moments throughout, but rock and roll is definitely at the forefront. With all that being said, I'm going to give Medicine at Midnight a solid 8.5 out of 10. It was even get higher, but if not for the song Shame Shame and the fact the album only has 9 tracks, clocking in at 36 minutes, so it is quite a short album, especially for Foo Fighters standards. But don't let that detract you from the fact that Foo Fighters are well and truly back to the best. Thank the rock gods for that, and I urge everyone to check this album out. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know in the comments what you think of the album, and please hit that like button and subscribe to my channel, and I shall see you guys soon. Peace out.